Welcome back to the MMA Clutch, and by now you're already aware of the fact that Conor McGregor has lost in one of the most brutal and surprising and very disappointing way. Every time when I try to imagine a scenario where something good might happen, something completely out of imagination happens and destroys all my hopes. Conor McGregor was supposed to lose. I get that. I know that. I was comfortable in that fact. What I wasn't comfortable in the fact was that he was going to lose in such a disappointing way that even his harshest enemy would come and say this was bad. Like, from the very moment of this fight, something wasn't going right. And I'm talking before the fight even went. Alright, there's this notorious footage of notorious Conor McGregor going on, and I was the first one to point this out, and I was like, something's not going right. You can look at this fact that he's already having trouble keeping balance, and even the cameraman pointed to a little bit. That tells me that something wasn't going right with his foot. Now Conor McGregor has come up and said he hasn't had any sort of injury before the fight, and this happened during the fight, which is very hard to believe for me, because you don't get injured like that during the fight without even taking some sort of damage. No car fix, no nothing. You can't accidentally do it. In the very first 10 seconds you gotta have some sort of injury, some sort of problem going on. This is heartbreaking for everyone. If you are a fan of combat sports, you know this. Everybody loves Max Holloway, and him winning would have been spectacular too, but him winning in this scenario is very, very bad. He gains nothing out of this. Now this is the official statement of Conor McGregor, and this is here he's saying that my head gasket is gone, destroyed. I had no injury prior going into the fight. I was throwing kicks, planted and jumping all throughout camp, backstage before the fight. This came out of nowhere. So this is from Conor McGregor himself, making no excuses and saying that this happened all of a sudden. I can only describe it as hell. I mean, I can only feel for Conor McGregor and everybody else. This is devastating. This is tragic. Like, you don't know how bad this is, especially if you're a MMA fan like me. Because I don't really give a fuck about anything. From Max Holloway perspective, congratulations to him, and he showed mercy to Conor McGregor. He could have gone and destroyed Conor McGregor in those grounded pound scenarios, but he held himself back. So kudos to Max Holloway for being a G like that, but he didn't gain anything from this. This wasn't like, oh, he KO'd him or anything. He's still at the same position that he is, except for the fact that he had made quickest million possible. But in terms of career analogy, he made nothing. This doesn't do anything for him. He still has a loss of Charles Oliveira on his head. The whole year of 2026 is completely bizarre. I don't know what to say. First, Jack Della Maddalena lost, now in a fair and square fight, but very brutal to watch. Then Alex Pereira lost in a very brutal way, which most of the people didn't saw coming. It was very sad to see, and the aftermath was even more disturbing. And then my Pookie Alex Pereira lost. Sorry, Ilia Topuria, I'm fucked up right now. Ilia Topuria, my favorite fighter, lost in one of the most brutal way possible to a fighter who I didn't even consider some sort of threat. Right? And then he lost his overall his undefeated streak. First Ilia, now Conor McGregor. I don't know where the sport is headed. At first I was like, okay, this is a year of underdog, but now I don't know anything about it. I just think this is a year of unprecedented events. Something completely out of pocket keeps happening. I won't be surprised if Moserello comes out there and roundhouse kicks Volkanovski into literally coma and wins the championship. Or a fucking plane lands into the fight between Mirabdul Shuli and Peter Yan or something like that, and everybody gets blown to smithereens. Like, this year doesn't make any sense for anybody. I keep on getting back to this footage because this is where you can see he already had a problem. So this tweet from him where he's claiming like he has got no problem doesn't make any sense. How could you have that problem during the walkout? I could feel it right away. I could feel it like he's gonna have some problem. Some people are saying this is because of roid abuse or something. Some people are saying this is just inactivity. I don't know what it is, but either way, this is brutal to watch and very, very sad way to go out. And very sad for the sports as well, because this card was spectacular. Every fight on the card was banger, and the main event around which the whole card was built, total lackluster. And I don't know who to blame for. I feel for Conor McGregor, And I also feel for Max Holloway, he should have won in a fair and square way, knocking him out, knocking Conor McGregor out. But yeah, it's very crazy week. Nothing makes sense in this year. Fuck the sport, to be honest. Let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe. See you guys again. Adios.